Have any of you ever had a mishap on your part happen that you just can't stop laughing about? Well, I mean, today that has exactly been the case. Let me elaborate. We in my phone, well, in my text threads and all that, I mean, I have threads where, my coworkers and we keep in contact about, machine issues, what parts to run and what have you, and I mean, and on these threads, I mean, there's some unfamiliar numbers, can't, make them out, but, there's numbers that I know when I, add the name with the number. I mean, one of my coworkers, Rob Debity, I thought I had his, name with the number down right, and, and any time a text came up that said Rob Debity, I thought, yeah, that's Rob, and, I mean, this has been going on for, goodness, probably the last 6 months. I would see Rob Debity. Occasionally in my text, I thought, yep, that's actually Rob, in communication and over, machine issues and other propaganda. And one day, it was last year, Rob was on vacation, and my team leader, Jamie, sent us out a text, and I noticed on that thread, Rob Debity, and I'm like, Rob is on vacation. We don't want to disturb Rob on his vacation. So what I did is I texted Jamie and I said, hey, Jamie, I thought I would remind you that Rob is on vacation. You may want to, take him off this thread. And then Jamie responds and says, I've already taken Rob off. And I said, his name is still showing up on this thread, and rest assured, he did tell me, he did remove Rob from that thread, and so I was like, what's going on here? Okay, Jamie said he removed Rob, but why is his name still showing up? Some kind of phone glitch or what have you? And then there were times at work, I would see these texts, and it was evident that it was probably Rob, and I'm like, okay, why is just a phone number coming up? Why isn't Rob's actual name coming up? I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And so, Rob Debity with the number remained in my phone all this time. And we had, another machine complication today. And, Rob's on vacation this week. So, and I did send out a text corresponding about the issue, and then another coworker of mine, I confronted my coworker Chris. I confronted him, and so in that thread, I mean, in all this correspondence, I mean, Rob Debbity pops up, and the text said, I've already texted you about this issue. I mean, in reference to Jamie, my team leader. I mean, the text from Rob Debbity said, I've texted you about this matter. And I'm like, it's funny. Rob is texting this feedback when he's on vacation. I went to break, and then I got kind of suspicious, and I'm like, wait a minute here, something ain't right. Yes, something is definitely off, and I'm thinking, I mean, Chris is one of the first of my co-workers, besides maintenance, that communicated the complication to. And I'm thinking, could that possibly be Chris under Rob Debbity's name? I thought, maybe I ought to go ask him. And then I asked, after break, I went to ask Chris, and told him about the thread, and rest assured it was, Chris. And I'm like, then I just laughed, because all this time, I mean, Chris's number was in my phone, and I had it listed under Rob Debbity. So all this time, I mean, Chris, I thought, Chris was actually Rob Debbity, and any time Chris sent out a text, I thought it was Rob Debbity, because I got this all misconstrued. I thought Chris's number was Rob's number, and I labeled it in my phone as Rob. Totally misconstrued all this time. I shared that with Chris today, and we had a big laugh over that, but that's quite the semblance there. I mean, thinking all this time that, Chris was actually Rob in my text. Putting the foot in the mouth, indeed.